Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again, and I've been having a play. I've been wanting to make one of these for a while, and it's called a box step card. Mine seems to be a little bit flimsy because of all the ways I folded it, but I'm going to make sure this one is a bit sturdier. I haven't decorated it apart from the DSP. We will be decorating the next one, and I'm going to be using the only 12 by 12 cardstock I've got is Tranquil Tide. I forgot the name. It came in an in colour pack, but for some reason, I don't know why I ended up with a piece of Peekaboo Peach in there, because I didn't think that was out in 2017, 2019. But apparently I have, well, look, I've even got Garden Green. No, that's Emerald Envy, Peekaboo Peach, and I've got one piece of this left. So I was able to make this box, and I may be able to make this one with just one sheet of 12 by 12, so you can get two to each piece. I don't normally do cards that require 12 by 12, but I like the look of this. I've liked the look of it for a long time, and I've seen quite a few people do it, so it's relatively simple. It's just that you've got to attach a piece on the inside, you know, like because this is 12 by 12, they join up, so you've got to have a piece inside to, you know, like, oh, what do they call it, you know, when you've got, I'll show you anyway, you'll know what I mean when we get there. I've got a right mental mind block on me today, I don't know what's the matter. So I'm just gonna pop the first piece in, this one, and I'm scoring this at 3/4 of an inch, flipping it round, and I'm scoring it at 3/4 of an inch again, because you need that 1.5 in the inside, because that is 1.5, I think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me just check. Yes, it's got to have 1.5 inch. So that's 1.5 inch gap in the centre. Oh, we'll get there in the end. Right, now this is your 12-inch piece. You're going to score this at every 1.5 inches. So 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, and 10.5. Turn it to the short side, and again we're going to score this at 1.5 and 3, and that's why that needs to be 1.5, because it's the same width. Whoops-a-daisy. So you're going to count now 1, 2, 3 squares, and we're going to remove that one, that one, that one, and that one. But we're also going to cut along that line there, that line there, that line there, and that line there. I've done it in pencil so I can rub it out. What I found was to snip up to your score line, same on this side, and then burnish. Just this one, well, you can burnish them all if you want. For now, it's just so you can pull those two out the way, and you can remove those squares. You don't need those, but you do need to cut now along this one. And then this side. Now I'm going to burnish the top score line. And then we're going to repeat that. We're going to cut this one out and cut across there and there. And I'll show you when it's laying flat. So you can fold that over now, remove this one, and then you can cut along that one, and then turn it round and you can cut along this one. There we go. So you just needed to remove 3 of your squares. And now we can burnish the rest. And I'm only going to do it with my fingers for now, because I want that resistance as the pullback. And then I'll show you what we're going to do. Nearly done. Perfect. So these are going to touch. I'll show you now. Let me see. So this is how your box is going to, that is going to go around there. And those 2 are going to get glued together. So it's like a square there. So you need that anchor point to glue those together. So you're going to glue. First of all, I'm going to fold and burnish these. And is it that way? Yes. That is going to get glued along there. And then this back piece is going to get glued onto there. But it just helps with the stability if you glue all this down. So I'm going to glue this panel in now, instead of doing the box and then wondering how I'm going to get my hand inside. Just going to give those a wee mitre on the ends as well. Would help. Perfect, and now I can continue on gluing. Hello, Mr. Boyce. This all helps with the stability of the box. I'll just pop that. Oh, that pin does not want to stick to my magnet. There we go. So this is the piece we're not going to stick down yet. This is the piece we are. So it's got to go along that score line and along that edge, making sure it's the same width and that it's not overhanging. Perfect. Just get rid of those bits. So, and that will get attached to there. And then what we do is we will glue those together. We will glue those together, and there is your shape of your box. And then this will get glued onto there. I need to burnish that now because that's where it needs to fold. So I'm just pushing that over, giving that a good burnish, and then it will all come together. So that will be on there, that will be on there. That will be on there, and our bottom one is already attached. Do you get the meaning? Yay, I do. So I'm going to glue this on now. And you want to make this as neat as possible, because this is going to be on the front of your box. I need to fold that. Just lie straight. Oops. I want to make sure it's level at the top. I can't do it like that, it's got to be flat. So that's pushed right along that edge there. Now let's get the gluing done, and you'll see what I mean. And the reason I'm gluing the back one is so my seams all are down the back. See it coming to shape now? And then I'm just going to glue this one. And then they can get glued together. Right on top of each other. And it does fold flat to go into a full size card, envelope, sorry, should I say. Because when it's folded flat, it measures 6 by 4.5. It's just quite stiff, but you've just got to burnish it. Made a boo-boo of my crease there now. That's better. So it'll burn. It's got, don't forget, it's got gubbins inside, so it will look a bit squashy, but when it comes out, it will stand up as well. And hence for the reason I put the seams down the back. You could do it the other way round and have your seams down the other way, and then depend if you want your card to look like that, but you want to keep the seams at the back, so your card is all like that. To get my drift? Yay! And then you're going to need 15 pieces of layering card. Because these are 1.5 by 1.5, these need to be 1 3/8 by 1 3/8. And your DSP needs to be 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So let's get those glued and attached. I have done the rest because there's another 6. There's 1, 2, 3 and another 6 there, so you need 15 in total. So I've kept a few back so I can do it with you at the same time. And I'm using up my Sea of Textures designer series paper, because that'll be going in June, and it coordinates with my cardstock, so I can use normal Tranquil Tide now. Oops, I nearly attached it to another piece of DSP. So I kept 6 back so I can decorate the front with you. I'm going to get the Sea of Textures stamp set. I'm going to add a few elements and from there. And then we're going to add a sentiment as well. And then I'll show you that it'll go in an envelope. Perfect. Lovely. So cute. Right, I'm just going to pop those away for a moment. And we need now to attach these. So I want to start with like quite a darkish colour at the top. just the way the pattern is. And then we're going to attach them. You've got the tiniest little border all the way around, and then I'm going to have this nice pale one. But we've got loads of pale ones in there now. I love that. Oops. It's just keeping a nice steady hand and getting a nice border all the way round. And I chose this because it's Father's Day coming up soon. I think you can get your hand inside. And these would make great Father's Day cards. What's wrong with that piece? It doesn't really want to go down. It's better. It's on, it's on, it's on. Love it. Oh, they're flying on now. Look at that. Yay. If you didn't want to have all designer series papers on, you could leave the ones on the back plain and then just have space to write your messages. It's entirely up to you. In fact, I might do that actually, leave one of them off so you can write to and from on there. And I'm just using cheap white card because it's for layering. I'm not using Whisper White. Nice little border all the way around. It's so cute. Look at that. I suppose you could have it any way around you wanted. It's lovely, isn't it? Whoops, I'll just get that in there. Perfect. Doesn't take long once you've cut them all out. And with the 12 by 12 designer series paper, I found I only had to cut 2 strips to get all 15 pieces at 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So now the back. You could have this any way round you want, I suppose. Love it. Oh, my battery. I do have one fully charged. Perfect. Da, 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 da. It's going up faster than you know it. I tell you what, I am going to add all these squares because I've just spotted something. I'm going to add a strip of Whisper White down there for me to write a message. And I'll do that at 1 3/8 by 4 3/8. Mr. Boyce is back on his game, he's getting all excited, I can hear him. Just have that last square there. Now it's all decorated. I mean, you can choose to have it whichever way round you want. That way, you could have it that way. You could have it that way, that way, that way, that way. It's entirely up to you. This is going to be the bottom of the card, so definitely can write a message there. Just grab and see if I've got any, and grab some Whisper White out of my drawer. Yes, we'll do that. So I want this at 1 3/8. 4.5, so we'll take it down to 4 3/8. There's my little square. Yay! And you can attach that there to write your message, because that doesn't move. So we could even stamp a message on there as well. So let me just attach this. Perfect. Again, it's adding more strength to your box. Nice little border all the way around. Perfect. Isn't that cute? I love it. So let me just see now. Yeah, it will fold flat. It's just because it's all new and it's just all got this designer series paper on, and it's oozing out there, whatever that is. Making sure there's, oops. There we go. Making sure they're stood up. Love it. I'm just looking now. That is the back. So this is going to be the back. This is going to be the base. I can write my message there. All my seams are at the back now. And it just is going to stand up perfectly. So the recipient can see once you've wrote your message on there. So I'm going to get that piece of designer Whisper White back. I have got my, you could have thanks for reaching out, you're one of a kind. Have a wonderful adventure. I am going to cut this and this out, and they can be attached. Well, I'm going to use the reeds to deafen it. And I think I'd love to add some of that netting on. It would go on the front, wouldn't it? So if our box is folding flat, it doesn't matter which way, as long as I attach it to those 4 squares, and then my sentiment can go over the top. So let's see if I've got any Tranquil Tide in my box. I've got my little scrap bin. Maybe even add a bit of Bermuda Bit. Oh no, they don't go together. There's Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Old Olive, Tranquil Tide. Look at that. So just pop my noisy machine on. Add my die. Add my cardstock. I'm just going to lay a few of these on here as well. Get a couple of silver dollars going. Maybe some reeds. And this last one. Just pop that on top, and I can run this through and get them all at the same time. So I do apologise for the noise. Let's see, has that cut them all out? Oh yes, lovely. So I've got my little reeds. Let's just peel these off. Make sure it's coming off. I might have to help this little one along. It's just being delicate because they there we go. There we go. Doesn't matter, does it? One of the reeds is left on, but that's fine. So I got a little starfish, I got my little silver dollar. Another one there. Little starfish there. Another sand dollar. Silver dollar. It's a sand dollar. Oh, what am I like? So let me just pop that out the way for a second. Let's see if we can get... Where's my dye brush? Ooh, where does that go? Oh, I don't know where that's gone. Where's my dye brush? I'm losing my mind. Oh, I've got it. Here we go. I've got it. I know I need the little spongy one, but it was stuck on my new trolley. So was my sponge. Some of them don't want to come out. I'm not going to force them. There's no law that says we've got to take every single one of them out, so let's just leave that as it is. And let's pop this out the way. So, I'm going to pull off as many as I can. Oops. Don't always cut through. And it's going to go on from the other side anyway, so we're just going to glue this on the back. I don't know if you've been watching Game of Thrones. Oh, I love it. By the time you watch this video, it's probably finished airing, but we've got 2 episodes left to watch, and I am like gripped on my seat every time I watch it. There's a couple left on. I'm not bothered about those. So let's get this attached before my battery runs out. I think it's just about to go. But you get the gist. You can decorate them as well. So just add a few dots here, there and everywhere. I'm going to attach this on. Love it. I'm going to have it so those bits are hanging down there. Because like you say, it folds flat that way, so we're not going to interrupt any of those. So just attach some of these. They don't have to be singular on their own. You can add them on the front. You can add them on the sides, you can add them on the back even. It's entirely up to you. Perfect. Just get this last one. Put that one on there, and we'll have the starfish on the front. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Let's grab my sentiment, put those back, don't need them now. And I'm just going to grab this on a block. Not very, Thanks for reaching out. How's that? I think that needs inking up. But then it's going to retire in June, so so I'm just going to grab one of my little punches. And this one's gone as well, I think. Let me see if I can get that to punch out. There you go, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. The battery died quickly and untimely, just as I was about to finish it up. But at least we can come back now and we can punch that out. And I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Oh, let me see. I want to do something a bit more original. I'll tell you what, I've got an old retired oval punch here. Look, everything's squares and silver dollars. And then we can have that. Thanks for reaching out. And just pop that out. I love this little punch. In fact, I love all my punches. They're just the best. So, and I can grab some dimensionals. Where have they gone? There we go. And I just add them on the back. That's just to tell me the backs are still on. And then we can peel these off. I'll grab an envelope then. And then I'm just going to pop that the right way round. Just right there. Thanks for reaching out. And you could, like I say, you've got space now to write a message there. Let me just write that down and show you. I will keep them in there. A wispy white 1 3/8 by 1 3/8, 15 of them, and one at 1 3/8 by 4 3/8 for your message. And then you the long side 1 1/2, 3, 4 1/2, 6, 7 1/2, 9, 10 1/2. Turn to the short side 1 1/2 and 3. And then this I've put, I don't know why I've put half. It's, you score at 3/4 both ends. And I don't know, side on B. There we go. That's for that piece. And then your white. Oh, it's there. I wrote it. 1 3/8 by 4 3/8. It's there. So I didn't need to write that. So that's for your message on the back. Then you'll want 15 at 1 3/8 by 1 3/8 and DSP 15 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. When you're looking at your squares, you've got 1, 2, 3. Then you remove those 3. Keep those 2. Remove those, and then you cut along that way, cut along that way, cut along there, and cut along there, and just remove those. Perfect. So there are my measurements, and there's the little template at the bottom. I know it's crude, but my whole book's like that. Look, so sketches here, there, and everywhere, things to knock out. I'm not the neatest of person. I tick off when I need stuff. But I'll let you just pause on that. Your box step card. Perfect. So there we go. There's my lovely little box step card that I've just created for you. Love it. I can go away now and carry on decorating my template as well. But there we go. I'm going to grab an envelope to show you that it fits in an envelope. Oh, there we go. So this folds. Oh, that's a bit. That's the way in it. That's it. Folds there, and this will go in there. Let me just get it out. It's meant to fit in a full-size envelope anyway. My envelopes are 4.5 by 6 3/8. So this should fit. It's long enough, but doesn't seem wide enough. Let me have a look. The envelope's about the same length as my card, I think. Oh, I could easily tuck that in there. I would just fold that and make sure it fits. Unless you want to just make yourself one. Just a fraction over. It's because the card and the envelope are both the same width. I'll show you on the front now. They are bang on the same widths, look. But I'm sure the next size envelope up would be okay. Fold that down, fold that back straight. It will go in at a push. So maybe just the next size up envelope, or make a little box for it to go in. I think it's dead cute. Love it, and it sits up perfect. She says, swinging it all over the place, and it sits up beautifully. So let me grab some gems while we're here. Might as well finish it off. Now I've swapped the battery. Added a couple there. I'm going to add one right there. That's so cute. Now I'm going to get my Wink Stella out now. Now we have time. I'm just going to prime my pen, because they are under the sea. I've got a bundle for anything to do with under the sea. Look at the Wink Stella, just gorgeous. Oh, I love it. Love it. There we go. Just going to waft over. Just going to give this a little prime. Waft that over my net. Doesn't have to be perfect. That is just gorgeous. For some reason I had a feeling there was something in there. Oh, I just love that now. It's glistening like the sea. That cute as a button. Like I say, you could add decoration on the back if you wanted to, make a little box for it. I thought it would have fit in my envelope, but I could just get the slightly larger envelope. And away to go. So there is my box step card. I've had this on the cards forever, wanting to make this, and I've finally done it. I finally plucked up the time and effort to do one. Love it. And then that gorgeous sea of textures stamp set. which is carrying over, thankfully. Just grabbing my pieces. There's a way to put this in to get all the other bits in as well. That's not it, Gaynor, it's along there that has it. I would hate to put this away and then forget all about those pieces. There we go. Leave those in there for a rainy day. And there we have it. There is my beautiful step box card using the Tranquil Tide ink, cardstock and designer series paper from the Sea of Textures and the stamp set. Love that. I'd love a thumbs up and a share as well, that'd be amazing. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button. We're getting very close now to 10k and I'll be doing a prize giveaway. So, and I do videos every single day of the week. So please don't forget to press the little bell straight after. That way you'll be notified of all future videos. Come and see what I make tomorrow. Bye.